Hey, Eastside Health Kids, what's going on? Eckert here. I hope you had a good long weekend. I hope you safely got out of the house and enjoyed some of this great weather that we've had. But it's back to work. Miss Flaherty and I have decided to do a little bit of a unique exploratory assignment, if you will. So be sure to pay close attention to what I'm telling you to do. And this shouldn't be very hard. It's more of a read, gain some knowledge, and then put it to use in an adult-like atmosphere or environment, if you will. So I'm going to get right into it. This video is going to be short and sweet, right to the point. So I've got a draft of the assignment right here before I post it for you all, because I want to attach this video to it as well. But today's lesson's about drug misuse, abuse, and specifically opiates. As we know, opiates, aka heroin or anything that is an opioid that comes from the poppy plant, very strong, powerful drug that is many times people are exposed to it by prescriptions. Oxycodone, Oxycontin, Percocet is the brand name of it. These are drugs that are extremely powerful, and we have a little bit of a epidemic happening with opioids and have been going on for quite some time. So what you're going to do this week is, first, you're going to read an article. The article's decent length, so it's going to maybe take a little time, but it shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes to read a decent article, 10, 15 minutes, right? So you're going to read this article. It's called Prescription Drugs. I have a link for it down here, Prescription Drugs. You click on that link. It's going to take you to a teen health and wellness prescription drug abuse article. This article is, I'm going to blow it up so we can see it a little bit better. It's pretty lengthy. There's about 19 pages. But again, this is big. It has a lot of information in it, right? When you read through an article like this with a lot of information in it, you don't have to read and interpret and understand every key idea. A lot of times with a large article like this, you can take some of the headings or the titles, if you will. I'll take this one, for example, prescription drugs in the legal system. And if you skim through it or read through it, you can sort of get the main point of the section of that, right? So it's not something you have to read and reread to make sure you know every little thing about it. It's exposing you to information in different parts of the topic that we're talking about, right? So you got to read the article. Once you read that article, we want you to go through slides that we would have normally gone through in class. So I've made and shared a copy for every single one of you to look through and go through these slides. If you see, when you open the slides, you have a learning target. I can explain how misusing drugs can lead to addiction and make connections to today's opiate crisis. So you have some vocab, over-the-counter, drugs that you can buy without a prescription from a doctor, things like aspirin, caffeine. There's dosage, the recommended amount for a person's symptoms and body size, prescription, instructions for a drug from a doctor to treat or cure an illness, restricted. There are limits put on certain substances or drugs that could be used in a harmful way. If I go to the hardware store and I buy spray paint, a lot of times they might ask you to provide an ID because you can use that to get high. Within these slides, there's a couple of videos, and these aren't really super in-depth slides, but there's information found within the slides if you decipher it, and a lot of statistics. So we want you to go through these slides, and there's a decent amount of slides. There's 37 slides in total, but understand that they're not going to take a lot of time to go through each one, right? Once you've gone through and you've read the article, you've gone through the Google Slides, we want you to do something, and it's not within a learning tracker. So we want you to answer one of these 3 questions in a post that is viewable to all. And your response must include 3 citations, either from the article, the graphics, slides, or the links in the slides. Mr. Eckert, Ms. Flaherty, what's a citation? A citation, not like one you'd get from a police officer if you did something wrong, but citing a source is you've gained knowledge or information from a source, a written document, if you will, or a video, and you're telling people when you talk to them about a subject where you gain that knowledge from. You're citing them. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick one of these 3 questions. 1, how is the misusing drugs lead? How has the misusing of drugs led to addiction and to today's opiate crisis? 2, is the gateway theory that alcohol, tobacco, and marijuana open the gate to other drugs valid anymore? And 3, New York State is a pioneer in the way we deal with the criminality that sometimes is a consequence of addiction. From drug court to the SHARP program of having treatment corridors in the prisons, to changing the Good Samaritan laws to include calling to report a heroin overdose. Should drug dealers be held to a different standard? Should they be able to be charged for overdoses? So I'm going to pause right there. Yes, those are 3 questions, but you only have to pick one of them. I want you to take one of those questions. You can copy and paste the question into a post. So follow me here. I'm not going to assign this yet. I'm actually going to save this assignment as a draft right now. But I want you to take that question, one of those questions, copy it, create a post in our stream. So when you're in our classroom, you have the stream, you have classwork, you have people grades. I want you to go into the stream. This is what everyone can see. If I clicked onto this box up here and I type something, everyone in the class would see that. I want you to copy and paste that one question. Oh, I had a link on there. But I want you to copy and paste a question in there, and then I want you to respond to it. Respond to it citing how many sources? How many did I say? 3. You need to cite 3 things. So you answer the question, you give a detailed answer that cites 3 things, 3 sources. So it could be a slide 33 from the presentation, right? It could be this video with a YouTube link to it. It could be the article and what page you got it from, right? I want you to cite 3 sources, answer the questions, but you're not done there yet. So it's pretty easy. You copy paste the question in the stream, you answer it in your own words, but then you cite 3 different spots where you got the information from. The second part is throughout the week, hopefully we've had several students do this assignment. I then want you to respond to 2 of your peers' posts. So let's say one of your classmates picked a question, they answered it. I want you to take that post, and I'll go back to the stream. I want you to take this post and I want you to respond to it by clicking on the box below that says add a comment. And I just want you to say, hey, I really like your take on this. I thought this, right? Or you could say, I disagree with you. I think this is the right answer. We're trying to get a discussion and a dialogue going within the class. So you got to answer one question, but you got to cite at least 3 places you got the information from, and then you need to respond to 2 posts, other students' posts in the stream. That's all that needs to be done this week. Read the article, look over the Google Slides, pick one of these 3 questions. Once you pick that question, copy and paste it into the stream in a post and answer that question. Then let some time pass. Hopefully we'll have several posts from scholars. You're then going to respond to at least 2 of those with anything. Question, a comment, anything you want. Okay? Office hours, because for me, we didn't have anything today. I will be on tomorrow. If people need some help, I'll stay on longer than I have to, because Tuesday is really my only day this week that I'm going to have time to be of assistance. So I hope this finds you well. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you are eager to get back to work. Take care and have a good week, health students.